my question about this match to you is Jon Moxley lost at Blood and Guts, and that was, another big loss that he took. He tapped out at All In after his backup was no longer there, and there was nobody else left, and he was just done. He tapped out at Blood and Guts, obviously, we saw. He tapped out against Darby. So that's now 3 times, I should say, that he has just given up when he didn't have his backup with him. And I kind of thought we were going to start telling the story of him and the rest of the Death Riders kind of looking at this guy and being like, this guy's a false prophet. This guy, talks a big game, but doesn't really deliver it. And I was kind of interested on Dynamite. It felt like we're trying to kind of reignite Jon Moxley a little bit and kind of get him back on track. And I don't know if that's quite the right way to go about it. So my question to you is, does Moxley just beat the hell out of this guy, or does Kyle get him again? And now this is now the impetus for the people to say, okay, this guy, because I think that's the way we're going with the story. At least that's my read on it, is that the story is going to, these guys are looking at Moxley as a guy who gives up when they're not there to back him up. So why are we still backing this guy up? This is not our guy. This is not our leader. Let's move on. But I don't know. It seems like I'm telling that story, and I don't know that they're telling that story.
I think a lot of people are sort of doing the head canon and telling that story like you are. And I don't know if it's necessarily coming. Maybe that's just because that makes the most pro wrestling sense, right? Eventually the Death Riders have to come to an end, and that would be the best way for it to come to an end, when they start seeing through this guy who's full of shit. But I don't know, maybe that's not happening as quickly as people think, and maybe it's not happening at all. Maybe that's not how the Death Riders go out. I get it. I get why you think that. I get why other people think that, and maybe you'll be right. Maybe this will be the start of it. No holds barred. Maybe the conglomeration runs off the Death Riders here, and O'Reilly just beats them fair and square. And then maybe we do see some seeds of dissent with the Death Riders in the follow-up. Yeah, that's possible. Or maybe that's not going to happen at all, and everybody's just kind of worked themselves into a shoot that's how it's going to go down.